Syro Reisemobile. Mehr Freiheit beim Reisen.
Hello and welcome to your CS Motorhome Independent. Congratulations that you decide one of the best cars on the market, an outclass standing vehicle, four-wheel drive with a lot of equipment that I would like to show you. This is one of our standard vehicles, so maybe I show something that you haven't ordered, but that is not a problem. Most things are similar to yours and very easy and very simple to describe. We start with the key. Very nice clean key, keyless of course, keyless engine starting. So we have the button to lock the car and we have a button to open the car. We have a small key. This is for the water tank and for the safe if you order it, and a manual for the light above the door. You can use it. It's hard to see it at the moment. You can turn it on, you can turn it off, and you can dim it with the arrows. Very simple. Inside of the car we do it a little bit later. You see we have the automatic lock for the door. Most of the cars are ordered with this lock. Works very good, and when you're on the camping site it's not so noisy. And the electric step we've ordered is usable with this button. Very simple. You just push it and it comes out. When you put it back, you turn it like this. It will goes in automatically. When you turn on the engine it will make a small noise, recognizable. And to the first important part, if you take a look here, it is the exhaust of the Truma diesel heater. You see it, it is next to the door, and if you use the heater at the same time you leave the door open, why you would do it I don't know, but maybe you do. You see that the door goes directly in front of the exhaust, and then the waste gas can't go out. So you leave this like that, and then it is usable. If you don't do it, the heater goes into a failure, and then you have to start it again. I will show you later. The Truma diesel heater is in the back. Very easy to see. It's this big box, very simple to use. You control it from the inside through the Truma control panel. Only thing that is important for you is the security lock for the water tank or for the water heater. You have a 10-liter water heater inside of this Truma box, and this small guy with the blue button and the blue thing on the top takes care of it. So if the temperature goes lower than 3 degrees and the heater is not activated, so you don't use it, it will turn like this. So the water flushes out behind this thing and will empty the heating tank. To use it, it's very simple. You need to turn the thing like this, and then you have to push the button. Now it is activated. Now you can fill up the complete system with water, also the heat water tank. As I said, if the temperature goes below 3 degrees, it will open automatically and leaves out all the water inside. Sometimes if you use the car in winter and it's still cold inside and you didn't turn on the heater, or it's not in the garage or something like this, this button is not allowed to push. This is why it is too cold. You have to turn on the heater a little bit just for a while, and then this box recognizes that it's used at the moment, and then you can lock it, and then you can fill up the water system. Water system is a big part of it. You have the water pipes over here. The freshwater tank is above this box below the bed, and here are the pipes for it. You have two regulators, very easy, very simple to use. So now they're open, both of it. If you use the first one, you can fill up the tank with 20 liters of fresh water. If you leave it like this, everything above 20 liters go out immediately. If you close this one too, then you can fill up the freshwater tank completely. If it's filled completely and you would like to leave out as much as possible, you just have to push this down and then everything flush out until 20 liters. If you open both, the fresh water flushes out completely. The fresh water will be filled up here. You just have to open it, then you have to open this hole, and there you can put inside a water tub. If you lock it, you need this key. The fresh water is for the complete water system except the toilet. The toilet has always a separate water tank. It's over here. You can fill it up. Below this, you fill it up here, and then you see in the small tub how high is the level. So this goes separately, so you can use the toilet without using the water tank, or use the water tank without the toilet. Toilet itself, we ordered it with a SOG exhaust. Very simple, very usable. The cassette is removable, of course. You put it out. This is your toilet box. As I said, SOG. If you would like to empty it, you need to open it. You have to push the button and then you can flush it out, and then you can put it inside. This one, this small plastic thing, is for the fresh water, so you can put it here and fill it up a little bit more clean, so the fresh water doesn't run everywhere, but not into the tank. And ready to go. The wastewater is below the driver's seat or the seating area. It's a very simple system. You have to open this cover, take care of this small rubber. It's very important that it fits, and then you just have to push it, and then the water flushes out. That was the water part. Now we take a look at the electricity. We've ordered lithium batteries, a very high quality of energy management, but we also have the usual one. The only thing that you have to take care of the lithium batteries is you have to keep it in this mode that it blinks green. You can see it every 5 to 8 seconds. The LED flashes up. If you use the car, it is not necessary for you. If you don't use it for around about 2 weeks, you have to push that button. If you don't push it, the battery will be connected to the system and everything inside will turn the batteries low, and the battery goes into a security mode. So that is a mode, then it flashes red, or there will be no LED. In this case, you have to go to a Dometic service partner. You can call us and we try to help you. To minimize the risk, you have to push the button and then the LED flashes yellow. If you start the system again, you have to push it again and the LED goes back to green. From time to time you have to go to the electricity from the outside, so you have to put inside the CEE socket and go to electricity. So the best way to handle this car is use the car from time to time, or put it every 2 weeks for 2 days to the electricity, and then the battery will be loaded up, especially in winter times when it's getting cold. I know the Independent has a solar panel and it also has the charging booster, but in the end the best and efficient way is to load it up from time to time every 2 weeks. You find the fuses in the back. They are all described in the manual. You get some stuff inside, so if you have any problems you can take a look here. This is your main electricity. This is your main fuse if you're on the camping site and the lightning flushes into the floor and the fuse will go out. This is your main fuse if you are on the CE socket. When we talk about electricity, of course, we have to go through the control panel. Very simple, just a few of buttons. We take a look at it. So hold the button down in the right corner for 3 seconds and the electricity will go on. You see the lights, everything goes on. You see the time code and then you can control your system. The board battery is always available. You can choose which type of charging you would like to see. So the volt, the used amperes at the moment, the ampere hours or percent. Very simple. Then you can take a look at the starting battery. These buttons are not available anymore on the starting battery, so you see you can push it as you want. They're not available. Everything inside that is important for you for electricity is connected to the board battery and not to the starting battery. To be honest, we didn't connect anything to the starting battery, so it's easier to use. That is just in case to take a look on it. Then you have tank number 1, that's always the freshwater tank. In this case it's filled up to, you see, 0% or 0%. The second tank is the wastewater tank. It's also empty at the moment, and then you can choose a third tank. This will be always available on number 3. The temperature inside, very warm, and temperature outside, not colder. Then you have the solar panel. Under this button these arrows are available. You can take a look for the load at the moment, how many ampere hours it would take, and all that stuff that is necessary for you. You can take a look. The charging booster, the inverter. If you use 230 volt without any connection to the CE socket, you can turn it on here. We didn't order it, so it will not work. It's always on the automatic modus and recognized if you put inside 230 volt from the outside, and then the system goes down. Very simple to use, you just have to push the button. The water pump for the freshwater system is on this button. So if you turn it on, the water pump goes on and will fill up the water system. And you have a quiet mode, you can activate it here if you want to. If you use the diesel heater above 1500 meters, you have to use the second diesel pump. So this is the button for it. If you are below 1500 meters, you have to choose level 1, and that's all. If you ever would like to switch the battery in this clock, it's very easy. It's nothing big mounted, you just have to remove it. You can switch the battery, turn on the right time, and then you have to put it back. The gas cooker is very easy to use. You have to choose which part of the cooker you would like to control. This button is for this one, this button is for this one. You choose the bigger flame, hold it, push the electricity, leave it like this for a second, hold it for a second, and then the flame goes on, and then you can regulate it or turn it off. Very simple. The gas in the Independent comes from the smaller 2.8 kilograms gas bottle. It is below the closet, so you have to remove the cover. I will put it on the bed. Then you have the step to go inside the bed, and below that you have another cover, and then you will see there is the small 2.8 liter gas bottle from camping gas. If you would like to use it for the first time, you can open it. You have to push the button that the gas flushed into the pipe, and you have to connect the crash sensor. I did it already, so now it is usable. As you can see, just a second, the gas comes out. Take a while. And there is the flame. If you have the newer CS, you will have the new Dometic fridge inside. It is controlled from the outside. The older models are controlled from the inside. It's a very simple system. You have a button for the system itself, turn on, turn off. You have this buttons with the arrows. You can choose the mode. Silent mode is for the performance with less noise you can have, and you have boost and performance mode. Here you can choose the temperature. Boost is always the highest level. Performance depends on your choose what your temperature would like to have. So if you go on the performance system, you can choose the temperature and the fridge will do it as soon as possible. If you open it, it is available to open it from both sides. It's a gimmick, nice to have, depends on the way it's mounted. Here in this case we ordered it below the bed, so standard. You can also choose it to have it in the closet, but that is a similar use. Also very important, the control panel for the heater. As I said, we have the Truma Combi Diesel. This one is the layout you find when nothing is on, so you see the time, and above this black stripe you see what's happening now. At the moment nothing, so very easy. If you push the button you come into the main menu, and if you turn the button you see the point you can choose to change, for example, the temperature on the inside. So if you choose it, you have to push the button on the first spot, you put it, and then you choose the temperature inside. With the button you confirm it, and then the heater will do the rest. After you choose the temperature, automatically the vent will go on in a smaller level. You also have a higher level, but that makes so much more noise that it always runs in a standard level, so totally usable. As you can see, if you don't push anything, it will go back into the starting display. The second thing that you can choose is the temperature of the water. Here you have three different types. You have the Eco, the Hot system, and Boost. Eco is around about 40 degrees water. Hot is around about 60 degrees hot water. And Boost is a level where you can choose 3 times of showering, so the water go through it very quickly and will be heated very quickly. But it also uses a lot of diesel or gas, depends on your connection, because it's always the same control panel. I would recommend the level Eco and Hot and take a while for it. Then you have down here some control stuff. Here you can choose the temperature type, the brightness of this system, 12 to 24 hour system. So just some stuff for the display. Here you can change the time code, and this is a time control for your heater, so you can choose it. You can say starting time 7 in the morning. It will turns on 7 in the morning. It will turn off at 11 in the afternoon. It will be on 21 degrees. If you want, you can choose the echo for the water. This is what I meant, the level for the ventilation system. It's high or echo, so most of us use echo because it's a little bit less noisy. And then if you confirm it here, it will goes on every day at 7 o'clock and do exactly what you choose. I hope that I explained everything well for you. What about the CS? Now I would like to show you something of the Mercedes. If we go inside, on the driver's side, you see this small cover. Behind this cover you have the main fuses for the Mercedes part. It's also described in the manual. Below the seat of the driver we have this small sign. There is the battery for the engine. So if you ever would like to start your car with some cable, or you would like to help someone with your battery, you do not have to remove all that stuff, because Mercedes make a very good choice and helps you with some connection points in the front. I will show you. So Mercedes fitted some points for the red cable, and this one is usable for the black cable, and then you can help people with their electricity problems or get some help from other people if your engine doesn't go on. Here you can put in the water for the wipers, and this is your AdBlue filler. If we take a look at the seats, you have a lot of options at the seat. So this is of course for the back. You have to lift it up or put it down above this. You have a suspension in the lower back. You can see it here. And you can also lift it up a little bit here. And you have this button over here to adjust the length of the legs. Both are turnable. You have to use this to put it like that, then you can turn it around. And also usable on the other side, but take a look of the steering wheel, because most of the cars are with leather steering wheel and the plastic bag would scratch it, so take a look and take care of it. So welcome to the inside of the Mercedes. Very nice dashboard, very nice system. We choose the bigger M-Book system with a smaller display in the front. The steering wheel is usable like this. This part controls that display, this part controls that display. You have to do it on your own, and it's hard to describe, but if you do it 2 or 3 times, you see it's very easy to use. So you have this button where you can swipe the things up. You can control the loudness or the noise. This is for your cruise control, and this is for control, as I said, the panel over there. The system itself also very easy. I put it in English. You can control the camera over here if the engine is on. You can control the system. I will turn the sound down. You can control the car itself, so you can take a look on your own. The climate control is also very easy. We choose the article number HH4, so that is a full automatic system. You just push the automatic button, choose the temperature, and the computer will do the rest. Now we come to the 4-wheel drive, and that is usable with these 2 buttons, or not the 2 buttons. This is for the 4-wheel drive and this is for the low range. To put inside the 4-wheel drive, you need to unlock the handbrake. This one is the electric one. If you don't have the electric one, it's over here. After you disconnect the handbrake, you have to go into the normal mode, so you see it over here. Then you can go and push the 4x4. When the light is on, the 4x4 is connected. If you'd like to use your low range, you also have to push the button. And then you see on the display that low range is on. Now you're in full off-road mode. You choose the driving mode and then you can go on 4x4. If you would like to disconnect it, you go back into normal mode. As you can see, you have to remove the low range at first. So you go into the normal mode and remove the low range. So the low range is off, and then you can turn off the 4x4 wheel, and the front axle will be disconnected. It takes a second. Oh, so you have to move the car a little bit. If it not goes for the first time, you have to go back into normal mode, and after that it should turn off, and then you're back in normal mode, so rear wheel drive. If you go into the camera, 360 degrees available. So if you choose the driving position, you can take a look in the front so you can see where you going. If you go into the reverse mode, it will automatically show you the back of the car, and then you can choose different angles. For example, this is a complete wide angle, this is a 360 angle, this is a trailer hook angle. So very simple. If you go back into the driving mode, you can see the front, and that is very, very comfortable to drive. As you can see, there are a lot of things to take care of. I hope I explained everything well, and if you have any more questions, of course, I will be available and you can contact us. If you're interested in these cars, you can also contact us. We have some different cars of CS Motorhomes here, some new one and sometimes a used one. So take care, stay healthy, till later. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Syro Reisemobile. Mehr Freiheit beim Reisen.